Thank you so much, Jeremiah. So in addition to being a Harvard student, luckily I'm also a psychic, so I can talk about government and what it will look like in 2024, 10 years from now. So in 2024, I did the math in my head, and it looks like that's going to be another election year. So in that vein, I wanted to go ahead and talk a little bit about the future of campaign strategy, campaign technology, and you know how much it's advanced in just the last few years and where I think it'll be going. So to go back to 2008, which I think was a very transformative election, I think that the most interesting thing about it was that the Obama versus Hillary Clinton primary was actually more interesting to me than the actual general election, and I think it was because of how somebody who was relatively unknown to the United States and the political world was able to defeat Hillary Clinton, who had such an established base. And when you look at the research, you see that Obama really revolutionized the way that campaigns will be held, and through mass mobilization of young people. It really was like the first social media campaign. Obama was like the first to have Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, all of that going on. I distinctly remember 2 will.i.am songs that were pretty exciting. I remember I was 14 years old, and that was like, wow, like Obama is like so cool. I can't imagine McCain or Clinton having those things at that time. And I think that others have kind of followed that lead since then. And then you had other celebrities like Jada Pinkett and Will Smith coming out and participating in these things, and you know, Obama was kind of like a celebrity candidate, and it was all through the social media. Now, if we fast forward to 2012, that election was very interesting in how the Get Out the Vote efforts, it's put, you know, in GOTV, Get Out the Vote efforts, which I personally was involved in up in New Hampshire. I campaigned, I walked door to door, and so I was kind of like on the ground. And it was amazing some of the things that the Obama campaign had. I was reading about these, they had these internal experiments where they would have 300,000 calls, and they would have experimental groups and control groups, and they would be able to completely change the phrasing of the kind of question that they were asking. And so instead of trying to find out target voters based on, you know, are they likely to be Democrat, are they likely to be Republican, are they likely to vote in the past, which is what the traditional route had been and what the Romney campaign had did. The Obama campaign invested a lot more in this, and they focused on targeting people based on persuadability. So more so, how likely is this person to change their mind when the Obama campaign contacts you? So that, you can simply just imagine the difference and like how much more focused and how much more effective that'll be when you base it not on somebody's history or their party, which is more of a proxy, but more based on how will they directly respond to my call, and how persuadable are they? And I think that in targeting it in that way, the Obama campaign was able to reach larger demographics and to reach the types of voters that had not voted before. And that was I believe that was one of the major things that has proved to be successful these last 6 years. Now, I know that I've been talking about the past, and this is supposed to be about the future, but I think that the future, this is very indicative of where the future is going to go. And I think that there's no better example of this than Nate Silver's 538 blog, and that is the number of electoral votes that are in the Electoral College. Definitely encourage you all to look at that, because it's amazing. This statistician was able to predict the 2008 election 49 out of 50 states before the election happened in the preceding days, and the 2012 election he got 50 out of 50 correct. So this is where campaign strategy and the technology of campaigns is really going. And so I can't tell you I'm a psychic, but I can't tell you who's going to win in 2024 right now. All I can tell you is that I know that we have some amazing leaders here who will be leading the charge in 2024 and using all of this amazing technology to bring about change. So thank you very much.